guys, Lady Luna here, and this is part 2 of the Penny Lane speed build. Um, we're coming pretty close to the end on decorating here. I'm sorry if it's going really fast, but I really didn't want this to be like a 45-minute speed build. Apparently I'm just waving the mouse around the screen like an idiot, but that's okay. I mean, we can all be like that sometimes. Um, yeah, so I think that, yeah, it's pretty close to being done completely. I'm just looking for things to decorate the hallway and actually remembering I should probably light it. Um, and we're going to be moving on to the outside pretty shortly here, but there's some stuff, just a few things left to do inside. Uh, yeah, I decorate the kids' rooms here, and I really like how they turned out. They're really fun and cute, and and as I said before, I tried to make it less stereotypical despite the fact that one is pink and one is blue. Um, I don't like I'm a girl and I actually really like pinks and pastels and everything, though I really like, you know, blues and greens, and I don't think color should define gender, but yeah, I don't think that your gender should specify what things you like in life and what things you don't either. So I'm going through and trying to make it so that, you know, there's stuffed animals and toys and dolls and um action figures in both rooms. There's like weird things in the girls' room and cute things in the boys' room and all sorts of things like that. Um, because, yeah. Also, everybody gets a freaking nightlight because, oh my god, if you have more than one kid in the house, it is impossible to deal with the whole a monster under the bed situation. I just can't stand it. I wish that we had like an option to turn it off, because honestly, those night lights don't always work all the time. I've had the monster still appear despite the fact that there's a nightlight in the room. So I think maybe, I guess you have to have them placed really close to the bed. I don't know. I'm trying it out and we're seeing. Also kind of wish that there was like a little magazine rack that you could put next to the toilet. Uh, but I guess that's what phones and tablets are for these days. Yeah, so I guess I get why. It just, you know, I thought it would be a nice, like, little feature. Like, I've been wanting to put in a magazine rack next to a toilet a lot lately, and we just don't have anything like that for the Sims 4. There was one for The Sims 3. It was really homey and cute and everything, and it was kind of funny when you put it next to the toilet and whatever. Um, I almost yawned, excuse me. So here I am finally starting the backyard. I go pretty far out with it. Um, it, I mean, of course you don't have to buy it furnished or anything, and, um, I'm thinking about going in and doing a much simpler, less 100 baby themed version of the house, but, I haven't gone and done that yet. It's a lot of work. But I did add in. I probably would leave in a pool that looks like a pond and everything. I might even make the water a little bit murkier, and yeah. Um, I kind of wish that there was a pool water that was a bit more green than this one, but also clearer than the green that we do have. Uh, yeah, to make it like look a little bit dirtier without making it look completely gross. Uh, yeah. um, just to make it look like there's a bit more algae growing in it, but not enough to make it opaque. 'Cause that's just gross. I can't stand water that I can't see to the bottom of. Um, Also, I would like maybe some water that had like a slight seafoamy green color to it, to make it look more like it's a saltwater pool. Because when you have a saltwater pool, they're like a little bit green too, and it's really pretty. Uh, at least I think it is. Yeah, so as you can see, there's going to be a ton of stuff out here for the kids to use. Um, I wanted, since it was going to be so homey, I wanted there to be a lawn water slide. There's also a little space to do yoga outside next to the pool because it looks so peaceful and everything, and a little meditation spot. Um, I mean, I guess you can't do it while the kids are like, diving in and screaming and splashing and everything, but I think it would still be good to go in and, just every once in a while take a little break, get a little rest. For some reason, I was stopped really long there, and yeah, I think I'm being a weirdo. I don't know why I keep disappearing. Um, but we're gonna wait this out for another few seconds before I go in and edit it. I see the mouse move every once in a while. Okay, there we go. Um, I would have gone and edited it out if it had lasted any longer than that. Because I just can't deal. So, yeah, I'm doing some terrain painting. This is one of the few lots I actually remember to do it on. I know it makes it look a lot realer, a lot nicer, a lot more interesting and everything, but it's just hard to remember sometimes. And I love that tree with the lanterns in it. I would like to place it in some of the parks and stuff that we're going to get in city living. I feel like it would go really well with like a lot of the string lanterns and stuff like that. And just the bright, colorful things. I think the Spice District is probably going to be my favorite district from what I can tell so far of the streams and everything. So, yeah, looking forward to that. I'm placing in some flower beds. I'm not sure I completely like them, but I mean, you can just tear them out if you don't like them. I mean, I won't be offended. I'm not really attached to them. Um, yeah, I was gonna put in an outdoor movie area, but I decided against it because that felt like it would have been just a bit too much. um, of course, I placed in the bird feeder. I really liked backyard stuff. I know a lot of people didn't, and I know Lazy Game Reviewer murdered a doll over it, but yeah, um, that's kind of messed up if you think about it. Like Lazy Game Reviewer, just saying. I was having a real struggle time trying to figure out what plants to place in here. Uh, and even then, I probably should have just continued it around the side, but I was like, no, I gotta do something different for some reason. Um, yeah, I think it was just, I don't know. I try like 5 or 6 different things, I think. I don't even think this is the one that stays. Um, yeah, and so I'm just going through and I'm trying to do flower beds and stuff, and yeah. I put in the fountain from Romantic Garden stuff off to the side just because I like the interaction and I would love to see kids playing around in it. Um, I think like I think there are very few items that I left out from stuff. I think it has something from everything except probably spooky stuff, which, spooky stuff I really like it, but it's only specific to specific kinds of builds. And I get why people wouldn't want to have it in their game. Also, please, please, guys, smaller telescope. I mean, you can just recycle the same animations from the previous three freaking the previous three freaking games. I mean, how hard can it be? Just have a small telescope where their logic goes up. I don't care if they don't get prints or anything. I think that you should be able to work up to the massive one if you want your sim to be an astronomer. or like have them in the astronaut career, because that makes sense to have a massive freaking telescope if you're an astronomer or an astronaut. It doesn't make sense if you are a person who is just living in a house. um, yeah, so you know my feelings on that. I think we're getting pretty close to done here. Um, I I switched out for the flat one water slide because there was already a lot going on in this yard, and I felt like it totally just did not need a it did not need that kind of huge ostentatious thing. I mean, there's a rocket ship in the front yard practically. Uh because I don't know, I just like Sims to work on rocket ships. I think it's super fun, especially when like a teenager is doing it, and I love when kids use the telescope, and I think that kind of stuff is really fun. I just like kids to be interested in just science and art and stuff and having fun, and I wish kids could use the adult easel after they finished learning their creativity skill. But nope, they can't. I missed that. Child Sims be at level 10 of painting and stuff in The Sims 3, and they were like child savants that could make these pieces, and it was kind of an awesome thing to if you're having like a genius kid story. But no, I don't even think you can get up any sort of painting skill you after you learn the creativity skill. I think the only things that you can learn after that are the oh, we're coming into the screenshots here, and I will leave you with some music, and I hope you have a great day. Sul Sul.